Is it recording?
Yeah.
Hi.
Did you turn talking to me? Alright. So, first I'm going to say, I, Carlos Castro,
Hi, Carlos Castro.
give Student Campus Health 101
Give Student Campus Health 101
and Rochester Institute of Technology
and Rochester Institute of Technology
permission to use video.
permission to use this video.
And then I'm going to say your name, your full name, your major, your year, and your RIT email.
Just kind of simultaneously like that.
Like this list off.
Capital Jose Castro. Computer Science. Third year. What's one after that?
And your email, your RIT email.
CJC4372@rt.edu.
Alright. Before you came, I'm going to wait a little bit so I can cut between. Alright, Carlos. Before you came to college, did you have any relationships?
One. That lasted like less than a month.
So was that a positive experience?
Not really.
Not really, but did it affect you coming to college?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Did you want to like start fresh when you got here?
Yeah, I barely even count that as a relationship.
Gotcha.
It really wasn't. More like make-out buddies.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So when you came to RIT, did you continue trying to like make up buddies, or did you want an actual like?
Honestly, I kind of never really saw it. It was just kind of whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
So,
And are you currently in a relationship?
sort of.
Sort of. You want to elaborate?
Technically, no, but still kind of act like we do.
So there's a girl in the picture.
Yes.
Yeah. And how long have you known her?
Since technically October freshman year, so that's about a year and a half, maybe a little more now.
Mm-hmm. And did you guys?
Almost 2 years now, actually, since September.
Did you guys spend your summers together or apart?
Mostly apart.
Mostly
I
apart.
visited for like 3 weeks this summer, but otherwise apart.
How far away do you guys live?
I live in New Jersey, she's in California. Very
Okay.
far.
Very far apart. And did you find it difficult?
Not difficult per se, but I do notice we kind of tend to get a little. The distance sucks, and we tend to kind of.
Just apart?
Yeah, that. But usually when we come back, it changes again.
Mm-hmm. Does it change from different each year to year? Or?
Well, I can't really say much about that because we really only dating for like a year and a half, so it hasn't been 2 full years
2 full years, yeah.
for it to be different enough.
Yeah. And do you find that it interferes with you in your schoolwork? Or is it just like, does it make it easier almost?
I don't know about it making it easier, but I don't see it ever interfering.
Alright.
Maybe I have a little less time, but like if I need to do homework, I do it. I don't. It's not really any
Like school
argument
still
there.
first?
Yeah.
And do you see things like going forward, or do you see like after graduation? Or do you not think that's long term?
I have, and I'm not really sure what's going to happen after graduation. I was kind of still in limbo
Mm-hmm.
because most likely it's going to end up going. We're going to end up going to different places, so we have to see how that works out when the time comes.
But you'd rather each of you go different places and that is best for you, or would you guys rather settle on one that you could both go to?
The thing is, we're the kind of people we are, I don't think settling is really an option.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no point in having 2 people not get what they want versus they just go doing what they want. Maybe they could take like a year off or something. Have to see each other for a year. Yes, it happens. We can still visit. We would actually have money at that point if we get a job.
Yeah. So you're planning on going to grad school, or?
Yeah, I'd like to go to grad school, but I'm probably going to be working for like a year or 2 beforehand because usually grad school takes a while to get into, or you know, at least until I get into grad school.
Do you ever give advice to people who are single or in a relationship? And what's your best advice?
well, to a single person, I usually just tell them to stop looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of, usually when you look for it, it usually tends to not work out.
What do you mean?
Like, there are relationships where they kind of just happen, like you meet the person, you like them, and it goes through. And then there's the people that are actively seeking for, like, relationships. And then more often than not, they jump into a relationship that ends up dysfunctional because they're just desperate to have one.
Yeah.
So I find it better to just kind of, instead of like putting all your effort into finding a relationship, just let it happen, and then when you find that person that it actually clicks with, it'll be that much better.
Yes. And for people in relationships, what is your like best tip?
Let's see. I would say communication is key.
Yeah.
I suck at communication, and that's usually the main source of strain in my relationship.
How so?
I tend to give minimal details whenever I do something. Just kind of, hey, I'm doing this around this time. Maybe give or take an hour or two.
And you think
It's pretty
that
bad.
your significant other wants more information?
Yeah.
Does she reciprocate with more information, or is she mirror yours?
It's usually one-sided. Like, she usually gives enough information, and I'm just kind of like, this is kind of the way I am. I don't. It's just when I think things, I just say minimal. It's just something I need to work on.
All right.
That happens.
Yeah. So what do you think is that your worst habit in a relationship, or?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. You can find this video on Campus Health 101 magazine, October.
Okay.
That wasn't too painful. Let's look at something.